Hello students, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another video by QuickStudy. Today we will start another topic of English Language B, which is narrative structure. Structures can refer to the order of words and ideas within a paragraph, extract, or a whole text. Let's think about the effect and structure can create. We have to focus on how the writer wants to create a response from the reader. We have to consider how the writing is used to create a structure to manipulate the reader's response. To do this, we might have to consider some questions, which are: where does this extract fit into the longer text? Is it an opening or an ending? Why are the paragraphs ordered in the way they are? How does the focus of each paragraph change? Is it important for the reader to know certain bits of information before they get to the next part of the text? As in, you need to know the first paragraph to get into the second one. Are there any links between the beginning and the ending of the text, introduction and the conclusion? Are there any repeated images which would increase the focus on a particular part? Is there a significant change in an attitude, character, or setting? Is there a change of perspective? All of these questions would be considered while reading any kind of text. If we can question these while reading a paragraph or an essay, then we would be able to understand the structure and also the setting of the text. Some methods and structural devices are used to understand the narrative of a text. We already know about the structural devices as we have gone through them in the last videos. But among them, two of them are very important to understand the narrative. For example, repetition and connectives. Repetition could be of words, phrases, or whole sentences repeated throughout the whole text twice or thrice. Connectives, on the other hand, are, for example, meanwhile, finally, although. These could be used to shift the reader's focus from one paragraph to the other. The other methods which are used to understand the narrative could be sentence types, sentence length, change of tense, or paragraph length. For example, sentence types could be: is the sentence a multi-clause or a single clause sentence? For example, a multi-clause sentence could be used to build up layers of description to create a vivid setting. On the other hand, the sentence length could be shorter. For example, it could be made so short that all of the focus could be on that single sentence. Sometimes we see that a paragraph of a single line. This creates all the attention to that particular line because that could start up a new story within a story. Change of tense could be, for example, we're telling a story in the present tense. Suddenly, we go into the flashback and we continue in the past tense. These methods are very important while reading and also writing a text or a paragraph or an essay. So, to understand a narrative, all of these methods are very important. Fictional narratives could also follow an overall structure, which may fit broadly into different stages. For example, exposition, it is the setting of a text. It could be the setting of a place or the background of a character. Crisis point or climax, on the other hand, is an exciting part of the text where the tension is created. Resolution is the conclusion of the narrative or where the secret is revealed. For example, we created a suspense on the second paragraph, but we revealed the actual story of that suspense in our fourth paragraph. This is resolution. Now, out of these three, there could be only one or two in a short extract. And this could also not be in the same order as we have studied because a writer could start from the climax or the resolution. They may reveal the secret at first, then create the suspension. The writer could reveal the secret first and then create a suspense. In the following extract, we can see these stages. This extract is taken from the end of a short story called The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. In this section, the narrator is convinced he can hear the beating heart of his murdered victim under the floorboards. Let's begin. No doubt, I now grew very pale, but I talked more fluently and with a heightened voice. Yet the sound increased. What could I do? It was a low, dull, quick sound, much, much such a sound as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I gasped for breath, and yet the officers heard it not. I talked more quickly, more vehemently, but the noise steadily increased. I arose and argued about the trifles in a high key with violent gestures, but the noise steadily increased. Why would they not be gone? I paced the floor to and fro with heavy strides, as if excited to fury by the observation of the men. But the noise steadily increased. Oh God, what could I do? I foamed, I raved, I swore, I sung the chair upon which I had been sitting, and grated it upon the boards. But the noise arose all over, continuously increased. It grew louder, 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 and still the men chatted pleasantly and smiled. Was it possible they heard it not? Almighty God! No, no. They heard, they suspected, they knew. They were making a mockery of my horror. This I thought, and this I think. But anything was better than this agony. Anything was more tolerable than this desertion. I could bear those hypocritical smiles no longer. I felt that I must scream or die. And now again, hark, louder, louder, louder. Villains, I shrieked, dissemble no more. I admit the deed. Tear up the planks, here, here. It is the beating of his hideous heart. The structure of this text allows the reader to share the narrator's increased agitation. The repetition of the personal pronouns I and they at the start of the sentences shows the narrator's focus and intensity. The dramatic repetition of louder, louder, louder gives a manic impression of the narrative and increases the tension for the reader. The resolution in the text is revealed in the final paragraph when the narrator finally confesses, I admit the deed. The use of the dialogue here breaks the tension of the narrator's thoughts and leads to a final climax. The alliterative, hideous heart makes a gruesome, dramatic final impression on the reader. So we can see how these stages we have studied are used in this extract. That's all for today, students. Stay with us to learn more about English Language B and other courses as we post regularly on our channel. To learn more about our online tutoring service, do visit www.quickstudy.uk.